Welcome to Forum 360 with its global outlook and local view. I'm Ardith Keck, host of Forum 360. The topic today is living in a retirement community. Our guests live in one and have chosen to live there. We'll discuss why and what it is like. They're both in independent apartments, although both facilities offer assisted living, memory care, and nursing when you need those to assist you. Mary Ann Kyle is a resident of St. Edward's Retirement Community in Fairlawn, and Ruth Fowler is a resident of Rocky Knoll Retirement Community in Akron. Welcome to you both.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, why did you move to St. Edward's?
People. I was very lonely during COVID, and I lived out in the woods in Bath, and I was by myself. My dog died, and so I decided it was time to be around people. And I have been around people, and I'm happy about it.
Good, good. Ruth, why did you move?
Well, I'm as surprised as you are. I didn't have any intention of moving. I'd been in my house over 70 years. But my daughter said to me once, she says, "What do you think about this?" And I said, "Well, I don't know, I never thought about it." The next thing I know, I was at Rocky Knoll. It was a complete surprise.
Uh-huh.
I hadn't planned for it. I didn't even consider it, but
And so you were living in a house
Yes.
before this, and you were living in a house in the woods before this.
Right.
So why did you move? You wanted to be with people.
Correct. I wanted to be with people. I was lonely at that point. My husband had been dead for 15 years, and I had lived by myself in the woods all those years. So I went over to St. Ed's, and there's all these people around. I was a happy camper.
And why did you move?
well, I guess maybe it was economical because my home was almost 100 years old, and it was like needing everything, not at once, but roofing and driveway repair, and it just became. I guess I just thought it was economical, maybe.
Okay, okay. And what facilities there do you use? Do you use the library?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
I love the library. We have quite an extensive library on the second floor. I live on the third. And I'm always in there finding a book.
Do you use any other facilities?
Well, we have movies on Friday and Saturday night. I use that. I do use the exercise room, but I use it for the classes mostly. And, I walk around. We can walk around. We have a pond with ducks and fish.
And a swan.
And a swan. And so I walk around outside, but if the weather's bad, you can walk around inside too. And if you go around the outside, it's like over a half mile. And my apartment looks over the woods and the pond, so I'm quite happy with my view. I still feel like I'm in the woods.
Oh, good. Ruth, what facilities do you use?
Well, I live on the fourth floor, and that happens to be the library. So I go through it, get off the elevator, and through the library every single day. So it's always there for my use, and certainly the other residents use it also. I should use the exercise room more. They have wonderful programs. They have, like the exercise programs, and so those kind of facilities are very, very.
Are you a walker?
Not as much as I'd like to. My balance isn't quite as good as I wish it were. And that's why I use the exercise room to kind of get myself stabilized a little bit.
Yes, yes. The more you use it, the better.
And we have nice hallways too. A lot of the women and gentlemen walk all 4 hallways, you know. So that's, I don't know how many miles it is, but it's quite a distance if you add it up.
Yeah, if you walk all 4, I would
Yes,
assume.
yes.
Are you happy there?
Oh my goodness. I'm surprised how happy I am. It's just like I moved in, settled, and it became home. So yes, I'm very happy.
Good. Are you happy there?
Absolutely. I'm glad, to be around people. That's the biggest thing. And there's plenty to do. And I can't imagine going back and living alone.
Okay, okay. And what about your apartment? Is it nice? Is it roomy?
It's pretty nice. I came from a very big house, so it was a few months before I got used to the space, but it's almost 1,000 square feet. I have 2 bedrooms, a full kitchen, except I don't have a dishwasher. You have to do them by hand. And a bathroom, a living room, so it's fine, and a good view.
Very good. And how about your apartment? Is it roomy?
It's wonderful. I really do like it. I have 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, kitchen, living room and dining room, and
It sounds about the same
I'm
as
sure it
Mary
is.
Ann's.
I'm sure it is. I do have a dishwasher, but I use it as a bread box.
A storage area.
It really is because I didn't, and I don't use that many dishes, that I
No,
can.
I don't either.
But it's and when people come through, I always say, "This is my bread box," and it does get a big kick. So
Very good.
but I do love it. I basically took things from my home and scaled it down, so it really looks like I'm walking into my other house. So I like it very much. Thank you.
How about closets? You have enough closets?
Oh, yes,
Yes.
I do too. I
Yes.
have a big walk-in,
yes.
and it has 2 shelves, and I can even put my out-of-season clothes in storage in my own closet, and then the other bedroom, of course, has a closet. Then I have a pantry closet too,
Yes.
which is quite extensive.
Yes, when I was looking at them and finally decided I was going to move in, I spoke to the director and she said, anything you want. So I had extra shelves put in my closet for the pantry and for storage like linens and things like that. And they're very, very accommodating that way. So
Well, that was my next question because I'm wondering if repairs are done on time.
oh my goodness.
That's something that can be very annoying. You've got things that need to be done, and you're happy with that.
Oh, well, the thing about it is we have a gentleman, David, who is always around. The other day I saw him in the hallway and I said, they had cleaned my apartment and the shower door came off he went right in and I said, if you have time, what about washing these globes of my lamps or my bathroom light? He said, I can do that right now. So
Wonderful.
he's just a nice, helpful person.
Okay. And you feel the same way, Mary Ann?
I do. It's, we have a very good maintenance crew, very good.
Yes.
You call the front desk if something's wrong, and next thing you know, there's a knock on your door, and you don't even have to be there. I feel quite safe with them
Yeah.
coming in when I'm not there. And I mean, they're cleaning my apartment right now.
Oh.
I told her, be sure and lock up when you leave. So,
Okay.
Well, they're wonderful. They hang pictures. Just a couple of weeks ago, I had them hang a mirror for me. So they do anything. They, you know, whatever. Well, I haven't had that much that I needed done anyway.
You're reasonable, I'm sure.
Well, I don't need anything.
And is the cost okay with your budget
There's no cost. Oh, you mean the cost to live?
for the apartment?
It works out fine. Otherwise, I wouldn't be there.
Your
It's fine.
works for you.
It's fine.
Yes.
I always choke when I write the check, but what's money for?
Right.
And I don't have any maintenance to do, so.
No, that's the big thing.
And in the year you've been there, have they raised the prices?
They have, because of the COVID, there was a problem with help, and they raised the wages, and they raised our rent, which was, and they explained it to us.
Well, if they raise the wages, that's important.
Yes.
Well, in my case, there was an incentive to move there, so it was a reduction in the cost. And so that has been recovered, but it's still very manageable, very manageable.
Good, good. And is the facility clean? Not just your apartment, but the whole place. You really feel good about how clean it is.
I do. I have no complaints at all. The laundry room is always as it should be. You know, people leave it the way it is, it should be, and it's always available. Well, not always. Somebody's using it, but so it's like,
Yeah.
first come, first serve.
It's very clean.
Yeah.
It's very clean. They were going down the hall one day last week with a big machine, and it was cleaning along the edges of the hall.
Oh, wow.
And I said to him, "Are you cleaning the edges of the hall?" I mean, I wouldn't even do that at home.
I think you would.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Well, no, not with a big house. Sometimes some parts get overlooked.
You're right, exactly.
Today, we're talking about retirement communities. And we have with us Ruth Fowler, who is a resident of Rocky Knoll Retirement Community in Akron, and Mary Ann Kyle, who is a resident of St. Edward's Retirement Community in Fairlawn. So, are there disadvantages to living in a retirement community?
I haven't experienced any. I'm free to do as I wish. You know, I still drive, so I come and go, and as needed. I haven't witnessed any really.
No?
I wouldn't even know what to look for.
Okay. Marianne, any disadvantages?
I haven't found any yet. I haven't been there that long, only a year and a half, but I can't think of any right now.
Great, great. And are there field trips? I know you both drive, so you can get places that you need to, but do they take you places?
Oh my, yes.
Yes. Today, well, twice a week they take people to the grocery store. I don't use the service, but they go to Fairlawn Shopping Center one today, and then later on in the week they go to Montrose to the Acme, etc. And they'll drop people off at Sam's or wherever. And I don't know exactly how long they stay, but I think they tell the bus driver when they'll be done, and if he comes around and they're not done, he comes around again. You know, so they take us on trips. We're going to Brecksville to a restaurant this month. We're going to Copley to the bakery, and I do go on those trips. And they're taking us someplace else this month. Last month we went to the weather vane, and so there's always something going on, and it's enjoyable. And they do take you to the doctor and the dentist too if you need the ride.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay. Ruth, how about you?
Well, we have basically the same. We have the grocery, what they call the grocery runs twice a week. and the transportation is always available if they needed to go to the doctor. People use it to go to the hairdressers, although we do have that facility at the Rocky Knoll. Trips, we just got back from a trip to the glass factory, and we've been to a play in in Hartville, and the flea markets, everything.
Wherever you might want to go,
Yes,
they
yes.
can provide.
Uh-huh.
What about Blossom? Do they take you to Blossom?
They do. I haven't been there. I'll be a year this month. So I haven't had full advantage of all the trips. But they have taken them to Blossom because I hear people talking about it.
They take you to Blossom.
Not that I know of, but today I put information about the light opera down.
Oh, yes.
And hopefully we'll plan a trip there.
Oh,
I mean, you can suggest stuff. And I do have private Blossom tickets, so I'm not so
You're not-
interested in that. But I would like to go to the light opera at Worcester. So hopefully we can get a trip for that.
That's always a nice place to go. Well, I guess they go to baseball games, so, the Akron Arrows.
Right.
But like I say, I haven't been there that long to really know what the trips are like. Although I did go to the glass.
How long have you been there?
It'll be a year this month.
Okay, about the same.
At the same time.
We have just been there about the same
Uh-huh.
time. We have, the other thing that they took us to just last week was Mamma Mia at the Revere School.
Oh,
And it
cute.
was quite
Nice,
good. It
yeah.
was, they served breakfast at no
Yes.
cost to us.
Yes.
And we saw the play. It was really good. So,
We have a busload going for voting tomorrow, so that's
Oh,
because
good.
we have a new place to vote, so that'll be convenient. I am going with them because I thought it'd be easier to ride the bus than to drive myself.
So they do make an effort to keep you occupied.
Oh my
They do.
goodness!
there's plenty to
Sometimes
do.
overlap.
There's plenty to do if you want to do it, but you don't have to do anything. Nobody stands
Yes,
over you
no,
and says you
no.
have to go.
Have you made friends there?
Absolutely.
I think everybody's a friend, and it's just what I like about it. There's not cliques, you just fit in with anybody, and everybody fits in with you. It's very, very comfortable. I love it. Yes.
And I imagine most people are kind of like you, so you end up happy with most
Well, I
everybody.
haven't had anything yet.
What about
Maybe
food?
behind my back, but not.
Can you choose your meal?
We have an option at dinner of, yes, the soup, salad, or soup and salad and something else that you can choose. And there's two options for the main course. And rather than that, it's fixed. So yes, it's very flexible.
Okay. How about you? Can you choose?
We have two options too for dinner, but then if you don't like either one of them, there's a side menu, and they're changing it with the season. She said there'll be a new one starting, but it's like 4 pages, and there's plenty of options on it, and you can order that sometime off the alternate menu, and sometimes it takes a little longer to come out of the kitchen, which is a disadvantage of not taking the two. However, if you can always order steak, you can order that every night if you like it,
Good.
or whatever, So there's all kinds of options for dining.
Okay. And how many meals are included in the rent? With you, there are
Just
dinner?
Just one dinner, but there's coffee available on each floor in a common room all the time. So,
We have coffee available too, but we get a brunch, which can be either lunch or breakfast, and a dinner 5 days a week. And then on Saturday, we'll get a brunch, and Sunday we get a brunch. So we basically get 2 meals a day, 5 days a week.
Okay.
So
And I know during COVID, you got
3 meals.
free
a day.
meals
3 meals. a
because
day.
they wanted you not to go out.
They didn't want you to go out shopping.
well, people often will order their meals either delivered or picked up because they just don't want to go down, or
Right,
they're not
right.
hungry, or some reason or other.
Does the facility do anything special for holidays?
Oh, yes, we're having the Mexican feast, Cinco de Mayo. There's a party for that. There's a party for Mother's Day with a style show. And there's Kentucky Derby party.
Ooh, fun.
So there's quite a few
Oh, that's
parties.
right.
And we have 2 birthday parties. Usually every month they have a common birthday party for everyone whose birthday is that month. However, this month there's somebody turning 100. So she's having a special birthday party plus the common one.
Oh, wow.
So there's 2 birthday parties this month.
We should all turn 100. And how about you, Ruth, of the special holiday?
They celebrate all birthdays once a month for everybody. We do have, special occasions like,
Mother's Day.
I don't know, because last Mother's Day, I guess I didn't pay attention, but there will be some special meal for that, I'm sure.
Well, now both of you are in facilities that have religious groups that have religious arrangement. Are there any pressures to participate in anything?
Nothing.
None.
None.
We have a lovely chapel, a beautiful chapel. It's open all the time, so you can go sit in it and meditate if you wish. But every second Sunday, we have a guest minister that will give the service. But as far as any religious preference, there's no restrictions that way at all.
Okay.
No
Same thing for you.
restrictions at all. We do have mass every day, but no one has to go. They also have non-denomination services every week, too, in the afternoon. And we have a big assortment of religious people. I mean, they're not, I suppose probably most people are Catholic, but there's certainly a lot of people who aren't. And there's no pressure at all. You never have to do anything religious.
Any restrictions that you don't like?
I don't know of any restrictions. Honestly, I don't. Maybe there are that I haven't discovered, but, except wearing flip-flops to dinner or bathrobe for lunch or something, that type of thing. But as far as dress or nothing that I'm aware of.
Okay. Sounds good. Mary Ann?
I
No?
can't think of any restrictions either. You're independent. It's just like living in an apartment house. You can do what you want. You can stay in all day with your door locked and not see anybody, or
And
you
that
can go out and
happens.
socialize.
That does happen.
But then your neighbors worry
well,
That's true.
if they don't see you, I imagine, or
Yeah.
the staff
Well,
probably
they do
worries.
they do check on us every day. We get a telephone call. Mine comes at 8 in the morning, but most people's is a little later, and to make sure you're alive and okay. And you have to press, it's kind of a recording, and they say press 1 if you're okay, and so you press 1, and that's the end of it for that day until 8 o'clock the next morning.
we have little flippers on our door that they flip up at night, and if it's not flipped down at a certain time in the morning, then they check on you. But usually,
We We also wear pendants.
Yes, we do too.
Yeah.
How nice to know you're watched. You know,
Yes.
that somebody cares about how you're doing.
Well, it's interesting. Even though they're not intrusive, your neighbors pretty well watch you, take care of you, or are aware of what's going on. So it's comforting.
That's
Not
good.
overbearing, but very comforting.
Well, we've learned all about living in a retirement community, and it sounds pretty good. Thank you, Ruth and Mary Ann, for coming today and for lending us your expertise. This is Ardith Keck for Forum 360 with its global outlook and local view.
Forum 360 is brought to you by John S. and James L. Knight Foundation, the Akron Community Foundation, Hudson Community Television, the Rubber City Radio Group, Shaw Jewish Community Center of Akron, Blue Green, Electric Impulse Communications, and Forum 360 supporters.